What's up, Tech Gang? Stefan here from TechRight. Today we have the Samsung Galaxy S10e, S10, and S10 Plus all running Fortnite. So we're going to see how each device runs this game. Stay tuned. First and foremost, guys, if you are new to this channel, definitely go ahead and subscribe if you guys want more Galaxy S10 content. I have the Galaxy S10e, the Galaxy S10, and the Galaxy S10 Plus, and I will be doing extended coverage on all of these devices. So if you guys haven't done so already, subscribe and hit that notification bell. So let's go ahead and start off with the Galaxy S10e. Alright guys, so first and foremost, we have the S10e right here. We're going to go ahead and check the graphics settings real quick. So on Epic, we can only go up to about 30 frames per second. On high, we can actually go all the way up to 60 frames per second. Now on medium, we can go to 60 frames per second as well. We have the choice between 20 to 60. And on low, we have the choice between 20 and 60. And also we have this low power mode that you guys can go ahead and turn off. I believe it just lowers the performance of the game. So yes, I'm going to have the volume down pretty low right now, just because we already know that the speakers on these devices are absolutely amazing using that Dolby Atmos sound. But yeah, so far looks good, looks fluid on Epic graphics, playing really smooth. We also have haptic feedback on here, which is kind of annoying. I believe you guys can go ahead and turn that off. But we do have haptic feedback if you guys would like to use that. Alright guys, so these are the graphics on Epic, 30 frames per second. As you guys can see right now, we're going to try to do a little bit of building. And we're going to switch it up to 60 frames per second because I believe a lot more people play 60 frames per second, especially competitively. But yeah, I know a lot of other people play on the lower graphics modes, and that's more popular, especially people like Tifu. Since you're putting less stress on the phone, it's actually going to perform a little bit better. So if you guys want to use the lower graphics modes, we do have low and medium, and we have 60 frames per second. But we are in disco domination right now. Let's go ahead and build on here though. So far, building pretty smooth actually, as you guys can see. Redeploy is working well as well. And yeah, 30 frames per second definitely looks good on this device though. Graphics look decent as well. Next thing I want to do is actually put this on 60 frames per second. So let's go on high and turn this up to 60 frames per second. Apply those settings. Let's go back and see how this goes. Okay, so yeah, 60 frames per second. I like this a lot more. Wow, this looks better to me, honestly. We did see a few glitches right there though, so just warming up though. Hopefully this does work good. Try some building again right here. Building is great actually on 60 frames per second, as you guys see. Redeploy, looking good. Awesome. Are you kidding me? Alright. Plays good so far though. I just suck at this game. I know I'm trash. Put in the comments down below. But yeah, this runs the game fine. Definitely runs it good at 60 frames per second, and definitely runs it good on Epic. Alright guys, so next we have the Galaxy S10, and this is already feeling way more comfortable. Let's go ahead and start this off though. But yeah, I'm definitely liking the size of this. This feels the most comfortable to me, honestly, so far. So definitely better than the S10e. And I feel like the S10 Plus is going to be super comfortable on this game. But let's see what happens. Again, the graphics on this device go up to 30 frames per second on Epic, and 60 frames per second on high, and 60 on every other setting. Alright guys, so this device has a better screen, so we are looking at a 3K display. But other than that, we do have 30 frames per second on Epic and 60 on high, and we're going to see how this plays right now. Okay guys, so starting off with building right now. We're going to go ahead and do that first. So let's go ahead and try to build something. Again, I'm just building simple stairs. Wow, I do not know why it's glitching. It's probably the server I'm on, to be quite honest. But yeah, building fine so far. So definitely builds fine. Yeah, don't see any problem with the building. We're going to go ahead and try that on 60 frames per second as well. So let's go ahead and turn the graphics on 60 frames per second on high, so 60 FPS. Apply that back into the game, and here we go. Yeah, much smoother. The frame rate looks super good on this device, especially the screen. The screen is so beautiful. Also, if you guys ever wanted to, you guys can go ahead and go in settings and add a gamepad. So there is gamepad compatibility now. So whether you want to use an Xbox controller or a third-party Android controller, that is always applicable. But yeah, so far 60 frames per second looks really good on the Galaxy S10. There are a few hiccups that I've seen, but that can always be server issues and different stuff like that. But yeah, this is definitely capable of running Fortnite. Alright guys, so we are on the S10 Plus now, and this is going to be running at the same settings as the other devices had as well, so they can only run at those settings. 30 frames per second on Epic, 60 frames on high, and everything else on the highest frame rate. This screen is obviously going to be a bigger screen, 3K display. This is going to have a bigger battery, so if you guys do want a gaming beast of a phone, this is going to be the one for you. Also, the other thing about the Galaxy S10 and the Galaxy S10e, I noticed that it heated up. So both of the phones were actually pretty hot to the touch. They weren't extremely hot, but they were definitely getting there in temperature just playing the game for about 5-10 minutes. So definitely take that into consideration. Again, everything is still applicable on this device as well. All the same graphics. You guys can also use a plug-in controller, Android controller, Xbox 360 controller, Xbox One controller, PS4 controller, I believe. If you guys do have a USB Type A to C conversion little module thing, so if you guys want to go ahead and use that, you guys can go ahead and use that on this device. Again, this does support controller play. So far on 30 frames per second Epic, it has been running the best. Obviously, not surprisingly, the Galaxy S10 Plus should be running this game the best, and we're going to check how this runs on 60 frames per second as well. So let's go ahead and see what's up. So let's go ahead and drop right now, try to get in some action. The shadows and everything, I see the mist right there by the pirate ship and stuff. That looks really good. Obviously, you guys see the wind and everything, shadows, and the graphics look really good. So good stuff right here. Obviously, we might be seeing a few hiccups, but I'll definitely let you know if I see any in a second. So you land right here. Working way better than the other phones already. Let's go ahead and get in here though. Let's go ahead and get shot out of the cannon. It's probably gonna look pretty epic, so let's go on high, turn 60 FPS on, apply that, and shoot the cannon somewhere. So let's get back in the cannon real quick and shoot. Awesome. Yeah, so this looks really good. 60 frames per second looks great. As you guys see, the other graphics are rendering in the background as we go to different parts of the map. But so far, 60 FPS looks great on this device. Runs great too. Let's try to get in a battle right now. Let's try a little bit of building since we did on the other devices. And yeah, still looks good. Definitely still looks good. Let's go ahead and rift and try to find some people right now. So right there, as you guys saw, there were a few hiccups. So there were a few glitches and stuff. But that always tends to happen on mobile just because it's not really a smoothed out game yet on mobile. But there are going to be different updates and stuff to patch that. But so far, looking good. Killed them. Good stuff. All right, cool. Yeah, the controls are a little cramped on this because I need to customize it. But as you guys see right there, we got a kill. But yeah, so far I've been playing really good on 60 frames per second and on Epic 30 frames per second. Everything looks really good on this device. The other thing is I saw this device has been heating up on the back as well. So just another thing, the device is going to heat up a bit. So just a heads up to you guys. But yeah guys, just to conclude this video, the Galaxy S10 Plus did seem to run a little bit better, but not too much better than the S10e and the S10. But other than that, the graphics were great on all of the devices. The only thing is it did have a heating issue on every single device. So all of these devices did heat up, and that was literally my only issue. 60 frames per second high and 30 frames per second Epic worked great on all of these devices. Definitely tell me what device you're planning on getting or want in the comments down below. But other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like down below as well as subscribing if you guys are not part of the Tech Gang already. Also, hit the notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I do upload a new video. This has been fun from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.